What is up, Patriots Nation? You are not going to believe what we have on the docket today. Things are absolutely heating up behind the scenes in Foxborough, and the moves being made right now are going to decide if we are just a solid team or the next massive dynasty in 2026. Get your hearts ready, because what Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel are drawing up is about to shake the very foundation of the NFL. So grab a seat, smash that like button, and let's dive right into the news. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are pushing for 1,000 subscribers to keep this community growing strong. We all know that in Foxborough, silence is usually the gold standard, but what Elliott Wolf just dropped at the NFL Combine and Indy broke every protocol and put the entire league on high alert. Just imagine this. Our de facto GM made it crystal clear that nobody on this roster is untouchable when it comes to chasing perfection. He was blunt about it. The Patriots are willing to ship off their first-round pick if it means bringing in a generational talent that changes the game instantly. We are talking about heavy hitters here. Maybe a backfield wrecker like Max Crosby or an elite deep threat like A.J. Brown. The mindset has shifted, guys. We aren't just hoarding draft picks anymore. We are hunting for the missing pieces to get us back to the mountaintop. Wolf emphasized that every decision, whether it is for right now or down the road, is about the future of this franchise, and that includes being aggressive in the trade market to give Drake May the kind of arsenal he deserves. But it isn't all about blowing the whole budget on one shiny superstar. The roster-building strategy for 2026 involves a smart search for market value, and this is where it gets interesting for the film junkies. Wolf mentioned that while we plugged a lot of holes last year, the depth across the board still isn't where he wants it. When you look at the available wideouts, there are some golden opportunities at a price point that won't tank our cap space. One name gaining serious traction in the halls of Gillette Stadium is Nick Westbrook-Akine. He knows Mike Vrabel's system like the back of his hand from their 4 years together in Tennessee. For around $3 million, he would bring that physical, reliable presence we saw from Mac Hollins in 2025, but with that built-in chemistry with the coaching staff already good to go. And how about some high-risk, high-reward gambles? Jahan Dotson, a former first-rounder who never quite found his footing with the Eagles, could be exactly the kind of reclamation project the Patriots love to take on. Imagine Dotson on a cheap one-year prove-it deal, serving as a vertical threat if Stephon Diggs ends up moving on. That is the kind of move that turns a standard offense into a point-scoring machine. Now, if we want to talk about purely leveling up the room, Christian Kirk is the name to watch. He absolutely torched our secondary in the playoffs with the Texans, showing off some of the crispest route running in the game. At a $5 million annual investment, he would be the ultimate safety valve in the slot. The fan base is already split on this. Do we spend pick number 1 on an elite defender or spread that value across 3 reliable pass catchers? The suspense in Indy is building, but one thing is certain. The Patriots are not playing around, and the market is about to feel our presence. And that is just the tip of the iceberg for Wolf's aggressive rebuild, because what is coming next for our O-line is even more wild. While we are all still processing that aggression in the receiver market, the second day of the Combine brought some revelations that could completely flip the script on our offensive line. Elliott Wolf opened up about the future of Drake May's protection, and the move of the day is radical versatility. The biggest bombshell from the local media scrums was the very real possibility of moving Jared Wilson, our starting guard, over to center. Wolf admitted that even though Wilson held it down at guard in 2025, his natural home has always been the pivot point of the line, where his IQ and leadership really pop. If that move happens, it means Garrett Bradbury's time as the starter is likely coming to an end, which opens the door for Will Campbell to slide into the interior. It is high-level chess from Mike Vrabel to make sure our franchise QB has a literal brick wall in front of him for 2026. But things really got intense when the conversation shifted to the off-field situations of 2 of our biggest stars, Stephon Diggs and Christian Barmore. The shift in Wolf's tone was impossible to miss, and left a lot of people wondering what is going on. When talking about Barmore, it was all about support and growth, noting that the big man has matured a ton and the team is behind him as he navigates his legal hurdles. But when Diggs' name came up, the energy got cold fast. With a massive $26 million cap hit looming, Wolf played it very close to the vest. only saying the Patriots are monitoring the legal side, and we'll see what happens. That non-committal vibe sent a massive red flag through the fan base. Is the Diggs era in New England ending sooner than we thought? There's a lot of uncertainty hanging over Gillette right now, and the final call might come down to the personal evaluation Vrabel does over the next few weeks. To add even more fuel to the fire, the 2026 draft looks like it was tailor-made for our defensive needs. Wolf pointed out that this edge rusher class is insanely deep, which gives us all the leverage when it comes to draft day trades. Names like Zion Young and Harold Perkins are already on the radar for those formal 15-minute interviews where the Pats probe the mindset of these prospects. Just imagine, guys, if we land an elite pass rusher in the draft and still have the cash to fix the secondary. The hype around these meetings is huge because every handshake in Indianapolis could be the start of a new era in Foxborough. But hold on, because if you think moving Wilson to center is the only fix for our line, the next update is a total movie-style twist that could cement this new dynasty for good. While we are all losing it over these internal line changes, there's a name surfacing that could be the difference between a good team and an unstoppable force. The 2025 resurgence was the real deal, but for Drake May to go from a promising kid to an absolute NFL legend, he needs an elite anchor. This is where the master plan is coming together, and it has the analysts stunned. A massive push for Tyler Linderbaum. This guy isn't just a center. He is the brain of the offensive line. A three-time Pro Bowler hitting the market at just 26 years old. He fits the timeline for our quarterback perfectly. Can you imagine the peace of mind May would have knowing his protections are being set by one of the most technical players in the league? Getting Linderbaum to run the show in the middle isn't just a luxury. It is a tactical necessity for anyone trying to run the AFC East for the next decade. The most exciting part is that New England is heading into this 2026 offseason with some serious financial muscle, sitting in the top 10 for cap space, with about $42.6 million to play with. Even after the big spending spree last year, Elliott Wolf kept the books flexible, and with Antonio Gibson off the roster, the path is wide open for a blockbuster signing. The fans are already fired up on social media because we all know that while flashy plays win games, protection wins championships. Linderbaum is the master of reach blocks and moving in space, the kind of guy who creates runways for Ramondre Stevenson and has the lateral quickness to shut down the best interior rushers in the league. He brings that grit and nasty streak that Mike Vrabel has demanded since the day he took the job. If the Patriots are serious about making this return to the top permanent, locking down a dominant pivot like Linderbaum is the ultimate power move. He isn't going to be on every magazine cover like a star receiver, but he is the insurance policy on a billion-dollar investment named Drake May. When things get chaotic in December and the snow starts falling at Gillette, it is the technique and balance of an elite center that keeps the chains moving toward another Super Bowl. The front office has the cash, they have the vision, and now they have the perfect target to lock down the trenches. The question everyone in Foxborough is asking is simple. Are we ready to pay the price for greatness and make the heart of our line a total fortress? The answer seems obvious, and the impact of this move is going to be felt across the entire league. Patriots family, the stage is set. We have the cap space. We have the aggressive mindset, and we have a master plan to protect our guy Drake May. Whether it's flipping picks for stars, finding value in guys like Kirk and Dotson, or bringing in the ultimate security blanket in Tyler Linderbaum, the goal is clear. We want the crown. Wolf and Vrabel are out here playing chess, while the rest of the league is playing checkers. But what do you think? Would you rather see us use that first-round pick on a superstar, or invest the money in protecting our franchise quarterback? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, and hit that subscribe button. Let's go get this title.